It's your boy, Detroit Love, with a live video. Hey, today we're going to talk about the retro shooter. What is retro shooter? Should you be interested in it? Is it something you should consider for your game room? I think the answer is clearly yes. But there's some questions, and you might have some. I think the answer is clearly yes. But there's some questions. All right, you might have let's get it started. I think the answer is clearly yes. But there's some questions. All right, you might have let's get it started. All right, we got some feedback there. I think we got that resolved. Uh, let's pop this thing off. Boom. What's going on, gentlemen? Let's talk about this thing here. So what are we talking about? Retro shooter. So I'm going to share a screen and share. All right. So let's share the screen. Bring this up. So this is retro shooter. There's a pair of guns, or you can buy a single one if you want it. If you go with the PC, you'll need the hub that'll power everything, or you can go with their console. So let's take a look at it. So here's the retro shooter for the PC for one gun only, $184. For two guns, $228. And it's just a 4 days, like let's just say rounded up to $50. So that's a shipping charge of about just under $50. So this is the PC version. And so it'll come with one or two guns, the hub, the pedal that matches the gun, and it'll also come with the sensors. There used to be two sensors, and now they've switched it to 4. What up, Paul? What's going on? What are we checking out? We're checking out the retro shooter. Pretty cool game room accessory. And so this is for the PC here. This is what you'll get. And for some reason, I'm not sure why they're not showing the sensors, but we'll get to those sensors. And then you can also buy it with their little Pandora box. They're calling it the Pandora 10th anniversary JAMA board. Nope, it's not a Ascendant setup at all, but it works pretty good and at a fraction of the cost. So if you wanted to go with their family shooter, comes with 2 guns, 4 infrareds, the extension hub, 2 pedals, and their main board, their JAMA main board, which is basically just this little console. And you can put this in a cabinet. You can hook it up to your computer. You can hook it to your PC. You have a lot of options. So first off, I want to give a shout out to Scotty Retro. Scotty Retro is a YouTuber that helped me get my game set up because I have the PC set up. So I didn't get the Pandora console. So I needed to use my PC in order to play the games. What's going on, JJ? Let's see what you say here. So it says, hey, Carl, great topic. I got an aim track gun with recoil. I think I paid $150 for the gun and the extra power brick for the recoil. I use it with at games, Battlesera, and PC stream games. So this system is going to work pretty much similar to an aim track, and it's going to give you the ability to just point at your TV. You have these little sensors. So let me show you how the sensors look. So if I share this screen here, make that full screen. All right, so I'm just panning on my TV. So there's 4 sensors. This video has already been started. Let me just start all over. So that's House of the Dead 2 there on my 50-inch, 55-inch screen. I'm not sure. So you have these 4 sensors, and you just place them on each 4 corners of your screen, whatever your screen is. No matter what system you're on, you got to put it on the screen so it knows what the playing field is. Now the camera is showing those little pinkish dots, so the camera sees that, but your eye doesn't see that. The only thing your eye sees are those green lights, and so those infrared is what the gun tip has a camera on it, and so it's able to let me just mute this thing here. Is able to zero in on your track, pretty similar to an aim track. They used to have 2. Let me just switch over to me. So they used to have these 2 sensors here, and they just rested on top of your computer, so on your screen. So you had these 2 sensors. You had these little legs that rest on the back of your TV or monitor, and they were pretty big. Okay, and so this front would be the where the sensors, you see the sensors there, had the green light the same way. Easy to calibrate the guns, Paul. Not at all, no problem at all. And it just has some little software. You run that software, shoot at the screen a couple of different points, and bam, you're in business. What they say, Bob's your uncle. All right, so I didn't use these 2, so I have 6 sensors. I could put these on my monitor or put them on a different system and plug the guns in there, calibrate, and be in business. So what's going on, Thor? KC says, I've heard of quite a few mentions of this thing, but where do you get it? So their website is retroshooter.com. Do the guns work good? Oh, they are fantastic. So I'm gonna give you a demo, so you got to worry about that. So we're going to do a demo of it. I have my PC, because this is on my PC. So I'm going to turn off this thing here. I'm going to share the screen that has the games running on it. So let's share this. And so this is my, let's see here. All right. So this is my actual TV. What's going on, Dan Z? The guns feel fantastic. It has nice weight. So let me turn on this. So we'll turn this So I apologize that the mic, I was a little bit away from the mic, but no audio. Can you guys hear me now? I could have turned on that remote mic. I apologize. I don't know why that mic does. Probably because I didn't. Let's turn it off. Let's see. Add extra camera. I probably didn't check the box. Yeah, I don't see that. Remove source. Add source. Extra camera. Yeah, see, I didn't see. There's no. I don't know why it has a mic on it. I don't know why it didn't do that, but I apologize. But you guys can hear me obviously now. So I should have put this mic over there. But you guys can see it. I couldn't see what you were saying, but I'm gonna imagine you guys could see the gameplay. I don't know if it was buffering or anything, but the thing is pretty darn accurate. Um, had no issue playing any of these games. Now, here's the thing. Here's the thing with the PC. If you buy it for your PC, you obviously have to get your own games. Okay. And that's where Scotty Retro, he has a build that's on the Arcade Punks, and I downloaded that and was able to get configured. But it's still some stuff you have to do. So you have to be willing to learn, or you can buy. I'm actually buying an image from a guy. He's going to log in and set that up for me, so I don't have to worry about doing anything. Okay, even though I have these games, I want to get both experiences of doing it myself and seeing if it's going to be so much different by paying someone to. They're going to sell me the hard drive with all the games on it and remote in and set up and configure everything for me. Okay, so I don't have a problem with that because I like a turnkey solution. So I purchased the upgrade for my Star Wars cabinet. Okay, and it had shooters on it. That really re-wet my whistle for the shooters. But and you can play certain games on that Star Wars cabinet with the what is the hand controller called? So no, this is not a Pandora box. I'm playing on a PC. It comes with the option to buy the Pandora box. Now, P Dubs did a review of the Pandora box, and he had some good things and some bad things to say about the Pandora box. But the reality is, you get to play some great games without having to know how to do anything. In my situation, I have the PC, so I would have, I had to set this up, either get some help from other people, or you can actually buy a PC that's already configured from guys. You can buy a hard drive, and those guys are configured. So there's a lot of options depending on what you want. So the demo that you saw was not doing it. Now, yeah. So Thor, yeah. So I got to pick over here. Okay. So yeah, it is weird playing the shooters. Now the rail guns, like when you just shooting, say like what's the arcade one up thing with the Terminator? That one you're just blasting, you're just pointing. Now you got to think about with the Star Wars control, you have to swing with that yoke, right? With the yoke, you have to swing. There's no accuracy, right? You can't just point at something. You have to swing from left to right with that yoke. So while it's cool to have that added game on there, there's only a couple of games, in my opinion, that yoke works really well with. Okay, where you just point and shoot, and you're just pouring out bullets, unlimited bullets. Those games work fine with that. Here, where you want to be pinpointing shooting at a particular target, that yoke is not at all for that. And so that's why I wanted to get my laser gun, and that's why I went with this solution. And now they have that's Buy Stuff Arcades. They have an option where you can upgrade and add these same guns to their build, their Android box that they sell. So you can put that on the ALU, the At Games Legends Ultimate. You can add this whole system or their system with the guns. So you have a lot of options with this retro shooter. So I'm pretty impressed with the accuracy of this game, and so I'm not disappointed at all. Again, the PC, you have better games, you have more options of games with the PC, but you either got to buy guns like Steam games. There's some Steam games that have shooter support, so you can do that. You can do the Techno Parrot and buy more modern games through a monthly subscription. There's a lot of options when you are working with a PC. So here's going to show here. Finishing off the House of the Dead 2. That was a lot of fun. Yeah, it's plug and play if you buy their system, right? If you buy their system, you're going to have
Thank you, Retro Shooter,
their games
for allowing me to
out the gate.
Get this great system.
If it's a
for
PC,
the home,
again, your PC is not going to have anything on it.
Computer,
the guns are plug and play, but then
your
you
hub,
have to set it up
and your
so that
guns and pedals to defeat Goldman
is off again,
and his terrible creatures.
Make sure, and I think it's maybe let me just mute this audio. Okay. So let's see what Thor said. Thor said, looks like all the options from Retro Shooter include the console. Option to get just the guns and sensors. No, so there's a page on their system. If you click at the top of their page, it says at the top, it says 10th, it says PC and 10th package at the top of their web page. I can just drag this over here to the screen that I'm sharing. All right, so I'll turn this back. All right, so let me go over here. I'll just zoom in on this. All right, so you see here on their webpage, you have this temp. I'm on a different screen, so it's a little wacky. So if you click on the PC and scroll down, they talk about the hub and everything, but this is the package for just the PC. All right, so if I click on that, so no, that's the console. Sorry, go back. I think you have to scroll down further. I must say their website doesn't have the best layout. All right, here, oh my goodness. I'm sharing it from a different screen. That is not working out. I'm going to put it down on the smaller screen and share that screen instead. All right. All right. So that's the one gun. So let's go back. Now I need to make it smaller again. All right. So that's with the console. Here's the one or two guns. So here are 228. This is 2 light guns, 4 sensors, 1 hub, and 2 pedals. So Paul, you see, you just got to click on the right thing. So this is what I have here, this package here on the right. I have 2 guns, the hub, the 4 sensors, and the 2 pedals. So 184 is for 1 gun, right? That's not bad. And 228. Now they will charge you like $50 for shipping. There it is, $48 for shipping. So no matter which package you get, it's $48 for shipping. It's through DHL Express. They came pretty quick once they had them in stock. And they're forever saying these things are on sale. They should just say these are regular prices, because they're forever on sale. Okay, so you can buy it with their box or without their box, right? So 228, you get the two guns. So it would be 276 with shipping. We're just rounded up 277. So 277 is the package I have. You use your own PC, bring your own games, and you have all the hardware to do it. If we go back and we look at their retro shooter, here's their JAMA console. So we look at the console with two guns. This is a main board. If you're going to put it into some type of modded cabinet, or you can do this one here, 253. They're both the same price. So if we do this, we're talking 253, $48 shipping, so $301 or $302 is if you get their console. What's going on, Carlo? Thank you, guys. Smash that like. Right. So the send-ins are great things. Now with send-in requires a white border to be produced around the game in order for the camera on the gun tips to see it. So that's how send-in works. Send-in makes this white border, so every game you have would have that. So yeah, so two send-ins for Retro Lizard says 2 send-ins are $244 pack. So basically for the same price, that's just the guns. So if you went with what I have, you're basically the same price because the price that I give, I'm sorry, not the price that Retro Shooter has for the two guns includes two pedals, foot pedals for reloading the guns. Now, Retro Lizard, they have two very bad sensors. So you didn't see the sensors. They since changed. So they switched from these very big things that you're talking about. Let me switch.
I didn't get that.
Yeah, no one's talking to you, Siri. All right. So Retro Lizard, what you're talking about are these sensors. These are the sensors that they originally sold. And they sold 2 of these, and they went on top of your monitor. They've since switched from those to a much smaller sensors. Which are these. So there's 4 sensors, much smaller. Now I don't like the way the cable is required, but like anything, these guys are going to keep improving on this. But these things are nowhere near that big, and you just apply them to the 4 corners of your. So you don't have 2 very bad balance. You now have 4 that you can apply wherever you want, and they're not balancing at all. Okay. So I'll show you the calibration of what it takes. So we are going to go over to my I'm going to go to my thing here, and I'm going to go to the PC calibration. I'm going to run the program, and hopefully it pops up on the right TV screen because I'm sharing a lot of different things out here. Okay. There it is. All right, so let me switch screens, share my screen, entire screen. So this is the calibration screen, And I'm going to, all right, let's take off that comment. All right, so I'll go ahead and get the guns. Now you guys aren't going to hear me very well because I don't have the controls over there. But I'm going to, you see I have my, you see my crosshairs on the screen. So I'm going to press the player 1 button and aim. All right. And that's it. It'll save those settings. It'll save those settings, and now I can just hit escape. And I would do that for both. Let me go over there. And now I'll hit escape. I'm in this weird. It's not gonna let me escape. Let me switch screens. When I'm in this mode, it's taking control over my mouse to be able to navigate on this screen. When in doubt, wow, it's got everything. Press escape to back up. It has hijacked my stream. I shouldn't have done that. All right. So unfortunately, that thing has total control over my mouse because the guns are basically a mouse for the computer. And it is literally got my, oh, you know what? I think my, 1 second. I think my keyboard has died on me. Let me get, got a Bluetooth. Let me plug in a power cable. Wow. My keyboard is not functioning at all. Let me unplug my sensor. We are having some technical difficulties, gentlemen. And my keyboard is totally unusable. Holy Toledo. I don't know what's going on. Can you guys still hear me? Yep. Well, let me see if I can use the mouse to get on this screen. Nope. This is crazy. It is. I got too many things going on this thing, obviously. Let me get a different keyboard. I apologize for the technical difficulties. Let me get a keyboard plugged in here. Because my Bluetooth keyboard, wireless keyboard. All right. Oh boy, there we go. Okay. All right, guys. Loud and clear. All right, perfect. All right, so that keyboard is totally inoperable. We'll figure that out later. All right, so now we got a wired keyboard here. My mouse, is he's still here. All right. So this is the image from Scotty Retro. Again, if you buy the PC version, you will have to have your own bring your own games. Okay. And I'm trying to get my mouse back on this side of the screen. I think I'm just going to go get the wired mouse as well. And find the open port. I literally have almost 100 USB things plugged into this computer in one place or another. All right, let me get this wired keyboard. All right. I'm going to exit out of this. Okay. Does the JAMA Pandora they sell work with USB? That's a good question. It clearly works with USB because their guns are USB. So they're USB. Can you guys still hear me okay? Because I still can't get my mouse. Let me find this machine. I'm going to unplug these guns so that my regular mouse comes back. Because I don't know what is going on. All right. There we go. So with me doing that calibration on the system while my mouse was here, it did not like that. All right. So let me catch up on so Retro Lizard is saying let's just find some of these things here. He says they're actually Samco technology. He says that this company ripped off open source software. Now that sounds like an oxymoron to me. If it's open source, then isn't it free to use? If it's open source, so I'm not clear on what you're saying there. Technical difficulties is a part of the deal for sure. So guys, I've played at least 25 games on the system. This system that Scotty Retro has made has, I think, over 200 and something games, which obviously there's no way I'll get through all of those, but I'm still getting familiar with it. And so there's different systems. Let's see if I can, I don't know why I can get over on my screen. Here we go. So there's different systems that are available. So you got Nintendo, you got Sega Naomi, Amiga 2, Xbox, MAME, 3DO, 2-player, 4 players, Action Max, PlayStation, Laserdisc. So there's tons of Sega Master System, Super Nintendo. There's actually Wii systems as well. So on this image, and again, there's tons and tons and tons of laser games. Some systems that you'll see out there, people have built for certain guns. Obviously, the Retro Shooter is a new player, and so a lot of the systems are made for Senden or Guns for IR. But a lot of those people are going to make their images available for Retro Shooter because Retro Shooter obviously is a cheaper solution, and so obviously a lot of people are going to buy it. Okay. I got you, Retro Lizard. And we can have that same argument with all of these games that we're playing on all of these systems, right? Um, they should not be used for commercial purposes as well. So people that sell images, sell these Pandora boxes with those things, and they'll say, "Hey, we're selling the hardware, we're selling the blah blah blah," but the reality is, we know what they're doing. Does it play better for different systems games? So, I mean, the guns work the same no matter what game it is. The game itself is going to dictate, whether you have a big crosshair, whether you have crosshairs, I mean, all those type of things. The different emulators have different benefits, but the guns themselves are going to work the same no matter what. If that makes sense. And so, like any technology, nothing's perfect. Okay. But again, there's to each their own. The gun for IR, I would love to get those guns. They're expensive. They're handmade. You can send the guy your own guns and they'll modify it. So obviously Gun 4R is a pretty sweet system, but you have to wait in line and it costs tons of money. The Sendin obviously are a little cheaper, a little more readily available. But again, we all have money to do what we want to do, and you choose what you want. Yeah, right. Now, and you're right. There's a kit available if you're a techie. If you know how to open up a gun that you buy from anywhere and modify it, and that's great. But if you don't have those skills, like I don't have those skills, then you have to get it. Now, again, any given day, and a person watching this video at any future date, this is going to change because, again, it's one guy building the guns, and it's all going to be supply and demand. If he has a lot of demand, he's going to give out less supply because he's just one person. So, but they're definitely great guns, and if you can afford them and want those, and if you have your own guns that you might have a big shotgun or a Halo gun or a House of the Dead gun, that those guys have a great service because you can then have them modify them, or if you have the skills, you can have them modify it. Yeah, and yeah, that guy, I forget his name, has initials that he used. It has a great passion for that, Paul. You are absolutely. But again, all I'm doing is introducing the games that the system that I purchased. And again, I'm not telling you to buy or recommending you buy. I'm just simply saying I bought it, and here's what I'm doing with it. So again, I'm learning. I have a 34-inch curved screen that I'm looking at right now, and I have a 50-inch TV just right behind this. And so I have multiple screens, multiple monitors. I'm playing the game up there. So obviously, in using my PC, I'm sharing my resource. As you saw, there's a conflict with me trying to do a live show and, have everything from this PC. So obviously that's a disadvantage, right? If you're playing a game, you're tying up this PC to a degree, the audio, a monitor from it. So there's pros and cons to no matter what solution you get. No, I don't own a Sendin. I don't own a Gun 4 IR. This is the only product I have, so I can't compare products. I can only tell you my experience with this. So if I spent $500 or $800 on the a super duper gun, it's probably going to react a little different. But for the $200 that I paid, or two something that I paid for this was absolutely well worth it. For two guns, two paddles, four sensors. I actually have six sensors. Everything is a no-brainer. Retro Lizard, yeah, absolutely, man. I'm not putting down any product at all. I'm just my channel is different than other guys in this genre. I simply make videos on what I have. You know, all these things back here, I've purchased these things with my money. There's very few things I get for free. That's not my interest. I don't mind receiving anything free, but I buy what's interesting to me, and I show off what interests me, and I appreciate that. A Retro Lizard. I obviously don't know everything. I obviously don't own everything, but whatever I do, I'm spending my money, so I'm conscientious of where my money goes, how I spend it, and like I said, I spent almost $300 for the guns, the pedals, the whole kit. I'm paying another $240 for a guy to sell me a 1 terabyte drive with the games and set it up, even though I have the games on here. Again, I don't mind spending money to learn, spending money to get the experience, spending money to do whatever. But obviously, I have a limited amount of money, right? So, but this is just my experience. My experience with this retro shooter has been fantastic. I had some snafus, technical difficulties with it here. Yeah, and yep. Again, there's a lot of options. Put your link in the comments for your drive. Again, and I don't know if you get on and configure that. 240 also includes an hour of their time to configure, because again, I'm not knowledgeable to do any of this stuff. Paul, let me switch. I don't know what's happening with my mouse. Here we go. Do I sell stuff? I've never sold anything. What I bought, I have kept to date. You see that curtain back there? Is boxes and boxes of stuff. But I haven't. Retro Lizard, make sure you put your link to your drive on the comments. Hey. And I'd love to be able to compare what your image is compared to the other guy's images. Now, Retro Lizard, I have a question. So your image, if the drive was purchased and plugged into the computer, what configuration would have to be done in order for it to work with these games? But I think yours are configured automatically for sending. Is that correct? Let me know. Okay, so every gun. All right. So automatically out the back. And that's interesting. And I'm pretty sure I've seen some of your videos. I think you've said on yours, correct me if I'm wrong, you don't like to have all these duplicates on it. You pick the best of the versions. Right? If there's a House of the Four or House of the Dead 2 and it's on different systems, you pick the best, or the arcade. So let me know. All right. So again, we're approaching on an hour, which is fine. If you guys are interested in seeing a demo again, I could do that, even though I unplugged the guns. I don't know how, if I would have to do anything crazy to get everything back up. But I think I did a demo. The gun accuracy works fine, and Retro Lizards indicating that his drive has support for all of the guns, which is great. Yeah, so I know I've seen plenty of your videos. And each person that builds these drives, they have their own personality, right? Have their own personality for how the front end is going to look, right? So it'll be interesting to see the different styles that the guys chose. Like this one, now Scotty's here is free, so free 99. It's just worth your time and effort to configure it. I'm not sure exactly the count on his system, but his system's free on Arcade Punks. You just have to download it and get it configured for your guns. Retro Lizard has a $155 version. There's a lot of options. A lot of options on which guns you get. A lot of options on which platform you play on. A lot of options if you choose PC on which build you get. But the thing is, without purchasing a build from somebody, it's going to require you to have some technical know-how and to be able to get these things to work. So I definitely recommend getting some assistance, or unless you're going to just want to spend time to learn. And there's plenty of resources out here. Guys like Retro Lizard, Scotty Retro, a bunch of other guys, they have videos walking you through all those things. But like anything, time is money. And if you don't want to spend time, then you're going to spend money. That's just a reality in a capitalistic society, right? You can plug and play with systems. You can buy PCs that have images on them. There's a lot of options, so that you don't have to like in my case, share with this PC. You can buy a separate PC that's already configured for the shooters. Now, a lot of these systems, some of these guys, they also have systems where you can also have, games where you can use a Sony Xbox controller or a handheld controller and play other games as well. I'm just not interested in that type of build for mine, because behind me I have the ability to play all the games that I want to play, and I have an Xbox and I have a PlayStation. So there's no need for me to play those things on my TV, right? But and again, people have built cabinets and they put these guns into arcade one-ups or other cabinets. And I'm not interested in the cabinet, because why have a small screen when I can have a 50 or larger TV screen and shoot at? So again, it's all about your preferences. It's all about what you want to do. What'd you say there, Paul? Let me find that comment here. Hey, a little bit of both, right? A little bit of both. She said, do not buy any more cabinets. I have not purchased a cabinet since then. So my agreement is still intact. Right. You definitely don't want to hunt and pack for ROMs and trying to get them configured. So the builds are definitely great. Is a YouTuber that does nothing but light gun reviews. According to him, the retro shooters have less lag than the Ascendant light guns, but are just as accurate. Again, the retro shooters is new, and they've modified since they come out. And I would guess they're going to modify again. And And again, you can have issue, can take issue with them and not like them. You can not like any of the other games, but they're options. I'd rather have multiple options than only one option. Yeah, thanks, Scotty. Thanks for the build, man. Um, I still haven't messed with any of the Wii games on it yet. Um, I've been sticking with the ones that I know work, and I've only been doing it since Saturday, Friday. I poked around Friday. You helped me out on Facebook because I was getting nowhere, and I did run that program and configured my guns, and that worked for some. But then some games that were working just aren't going to work. The ones that had that gun con and they want you to shoot the screen, those are just ignoring any of my input for some reason. But like I said, I appreciate you making it available. Retro Lizard said he has an image out there for sending that's available on Arcade Punks as well. Again, I definitely recommend this as a consideration. And again, it's a small price, right? If you buy one of the guns and you don't like it, it costs you way more. These things are pretty darn accurate and pretty affordable. Basically, get one gun for the price of two guns for the price of one. And again, you're getting two guns, two foot pedals, four sensors, and the PC hub for almost the price of one gun. So with other systems, so I can't argue that for trying it out. And like anything, you buy the Cadillac, and then one day you buy the Rolls Royce. That's what you want to do. But I definitely recommend you having a gun, a light gun in your game room. And if we look at the alternatives, the Arcade 1-Up, they sold that the Terminator cabinet for way more than the price of these guns. And even now, you can get them on sale. They're still higher than these guns for the whole kit, even if you go with the Pandora box. And now the nice thing about if you go with the Pandora box, out the gate, you can hook it up to your TV, hook it up to whatever monitor screen you want, and you can play immediately. That price is still cheaper than the Arcade 1-Up T2 cabinet that only has one game. And so if you found two games in that Pandora box, you are ahead immediately from the Arcade 1-Up thing. You can add it to a cabinet. You can add it to your TV. You can just hook up a monitor. You can do whatever you want to do. That's the neat thing. You have a lot of options. So if you bought that Pandora and had the ability to play right out the box, and then decided, hey, I'm going to hook it up to my PC, you just unplug it from their Pandora box and plug it right into your PC. So there's nothing lost. For a few dollars more, you get that Pandora box to be able to play that. So as a holdover until you figure out what you're going to do. But the light guns are a lot of fun. I have found in the short amount of time since Friday of playing all these games, you definitely get some trigger fatigue. Sometimes I'm middle game, I gotta switch to my left hand and shoot left-handed to get my right hand a break. But I have 57-year-old hands that can get stiff sometimes. So definitely some lag, definitely some fatigue from playing the games. But the recoil feels great. The recoil feels fantastic. Like I said, the guns, I have no complaints with the guns. And again, gun for AI, or yes, AR. Obviously, they're doing custom guns. This look, feels, sounds great. They're automatically configured out the box, one for one player and the other one for the second player. You can pick what color you want. If you want black or blue or red, two reds, two blues, one black, one. You get your choice of how you want the guns to be. But I'm definitely impressed with these things. Let me catch up on the text or the chat. Bigger is better for shooters. I will agree. Versus a small screen. Look, man, don't reveal all my secrets. I appreciate you, Retro Lizard. Thank you, brother. So it says this isn't related to shooting arcade games, but I've looked for ROMs in the past and find a good one. Yeah, that's the struggle with doing DIY, right? You're going to have some trouble. And Scotty, I definitely have to figure out the menu system navigating with the gun. I still hadn't figured that all out. Is there a way to exit the game from the gun, Scotty? If you're still here, appreciate that. Okay, so SL, what's going on? It says, since you have the 4 sensors, retro shooter, have you checked accuracy by moving around from one spot to another and seeing if it holds calibration? I'm usually all over the place when I'm playing a game. I'm moving around quite a bit, so I'll have to test that. I hadn't technically tried that specifically, but I can. Yeah, again, me personally, I wouldn't recommend a shooter on an arcade one-up cabinet unless that's your only cabinet or only you're limited in space. I'd rather have it on my big screen. I mean, a bigger target. You can see what's going on a lot better. I can play here. I have these extra sensors. I can put these on this screen here and play here if I want it. And it's the same PC, so I can do it either place because I have the extra sensors. And I have a 34-inch wide screen here, so it wouldn't be too bad here. But why would I do that when I have the 50-inch just right on the other side of this monitor? So retro shooter definitely worth checking out. I don't know if they have a return policy. I think they're coming out of China, so I'm sure it'll be a restocking fee if you bought it and didn't like it. But I couldn't imagine you not liking it for sure. Yeah, you definitely. Yeah, if you was going to do a cabinet, it would at least be 30. It had to be 32 for it to make sense, in my opinion. And again, there's pros and cons. Everything. It's good to have a dedicated cabinet so that you don't tie up your TV. Right? I'm tying up my TV. I'm partially tying up my computer. I mean, someone could be over there playing, and I could be working on an Excel spreadsheet on these other 2 screens here. But I couldn't listen to YouTube because the sound would be coming out. Right? You know what I mean? So there's pros and cons to having a cabinet. But there's definitely pros and cons to the PC as well. So I think I've covered everything. Again, they're affordable, entry level laser light guns that work well enough to enjoy some shooter games. Oh, you have 2. See, Scotty, it's 277. I clearly have not gone through 25 of these games, and I think it's just the menu system, right? You gotta navigate from which system, and so I've not been anywhere near. Now I don't have the add-on, so I just have the initial build. and I know there's some techno parrot games that you have to have account for, which those are look the best, but I haven't been able to play those. I'm sure I'm going to sign up for that because so these 277, some of these games are really, older Nintendo games and things that I personally, I want more modern games. And then there's one with the girl on the stripper pole. That game just won't start, and it's in the same system where others start. So I don't know what's going on with that. And it starts in a little window. So there's some things I have to figure out. And even with these builds, some guys have different. Like Scotty might have some games that Retro Lizard doesn't have, and Retro Lizard may have some that the build that I bought had. So because all those things take someone's time and effort to configure and make sure it works, and it's a lot of time and effort. So it's there, and there's going to be games that are out there available that's not on any of their builds. You know what I mean? That you could get working if you want to do it. So the PC gives you the most options if you care about options, right? Scotty, what's the name of that game with there's something Blue Estate or something like that? I can't see all the way over there to get to it. But it looks interesting, but it starts up, but the guns just aren't recognized. Neither one of the guns. I don't know what to do. So let me catch up. Oh yeah, Blue Estate. Looks pretty interesting. It's all about the information. Again, I recommend getting a build, period, because it's a lot of work, and you guys have put a lot of time into that. Scotty chooses to give it out free. You said you have one free, but if you paid, and if you're gonna jump onto people's systems and configure stuff, that's time and that's money. So I have no issue with people selling their services, right? And if you sell them a drive, obviously the drive costs something. It's not a free drive, right? So I definitely don't have any issue with that. So SL says he has the Retro Lizard build. Good guy, good build. Props to Lizard. Hey, like I said, I'm new to this arena of the light gun, and I'm definitely here to stay. And I'm sure I'm going to be upgrading guns and having some different options, because this is a lot of fun. If you don't have a light gun in your game room, you are missing out on a treat. And again, it's no knock on any other system, because it's just a totally different beast in itself. Yep, and that's right. Your time is worth the money. Yeah, anybody can go and find these things and spend hours and hours and hours. They're going to spend way more time than it takes for you to configure it. So I definitely agree there. I've spent tons in here with just Scotty's build, and he's been definitely helpful. And again, he has videos. If I would have known his videos were out there, and I've been crisscrossing all you guys' videos, because there's not a whole lot of you guys out there in the light gun field that has videos. There's obviously guys that don't have videos that's out here doing things. But when you're getting started and you're eager to go, not having a roadmap to say, watch this video and then do this video and then do that and do this in this order, obviously it's going to take longer to do. But if I watched all these videos, hours and hours of videos, I would figure it all out, or learn it and do it or I could pay somebody else to do it. So those are the options. And like I said, the PC gives you all the options. And yes, Arcade Punks has been around for years. Like anything, is supply and demand. If people aren't supplying the feeds to those downloads, then there's going to be a demand with no supply, right? So, but guys, I hope this was beneficial for those that are on the live, those that are watching the feed later. I appreciate you guys taking time to watch, sharing your thoughts. Continue to share information in the chat as you see this beyond the live broadcast. I'm eager to learn. I'm eager to learn the people that's in the light gun community. I'm interested in what services are available, what resources are available, what games are available, because I am totally green when it comes to this. I don't see how someone can say the Terminator 2 cabinet is. We'll talk about that, but we won't talk about this because this is way better, way more options, way more choices, way more better quality products, programs, software, resources. And so the Leica is definitely something that you should consider learning more about. Find out who the players are, what services they offer, and making a move when it's the right time for you. Like anything, supply and demand. People, make things available free for prices. For I call it free 99, right? It's free, but it's still gonna take some time, so it's gonna cost you something, no matter what. But it's worth your time. It's worth the resources. It's worth looking into and getting these products. My buddy was over. We were watching the Lions game, and that was a nail biter. They pulled it off 9-3, go Lions. At the halftime and afterwards, we were doing nothing but the light guns and had a ball. Thanks to Scotty Retro for making that field available. I'll be doing more videos on these light guns, showing off the games, technology. As I learn more, I'll be showing off the builds as I get those, and I'll definitely be promoting this because this should be in each of your game rooms, family rooms, wherever you enjoy the big screen. You should have like no doubt about that. Guys, I appreciate you. I love you. Thank you for your time. Hit that like button, hit that share button, and let people know that I am now on the light gun scene. And I apologize if I didn't mention anyone that's have assisted me to this point, but there will be more opportunities to get your messages out because I want this community to grow. I think this is the next evolution of your game room, is to include some light guns, and with any competition that drives down prices. So the more the merrier, and to whatever you enjoy it. And until next time, guys, I'll see you on the web. Thank you guys. Thumbs up. I appreciate you. Good night, everybody. I appreciate you. Let me get my outro video.
For watching Detroit Love. Please subscribe to the channel. Like and share the video. We want to see and read your comments below. And until next time, I'll see you on the web.
Peace. Go.